Hello and welcome to Living Free with Sophie. I'm Sophie, and on this channel we talk about anything and everything related to a feminine lifestyle. And today we're gonna talk about how you can be smarter, more intelligent, cleverer, because it's not that difficult, but you have to think for yourself. And I have a couple of points today that I want to go through so that you can start being more intelligent, being smarter in your everyday life, because it is amazing. Just try it. Give it a go. No, I'm kidding. You're probably halfway there since you clicked on this video and are actually interested in learning more. So, the first thing I would suggest is looking for systems. And here I'm not talking about systems of oppression which are invisible, because they do not exist. The world is just not fair all the time. But that doesn't mean it's specifically unfair to specific people most of the time. Anyway, look for systems, look for categories, look for correlations, look for how things work. This means, like, if you're getting into a topic, look for the system of how that topic is constructed. For example, I'm into communication, right? So in communications, there are a lot of different things: internal, external, let's say digital marketing. There are many small areas up here where you can choose to focus on, but really, if you want to be good at a topic, you have to get to the fundamental base layers of the topic in this system. And with communication, it really is that what you are saying has to be valuable for the other person. That is the underlying system of good communication. If you're only talking about yourself and it has no value to the other person, it's not that good communication, because it's not valuable to other people. And for example, other areas have other systems, but it's also a very good study technique. Look for the system, learn the system, because then it's very easy to guess or kind of figure out where the other categories fit in. Like I did that with almost every subject that I had at the university. Find out the fundamentals, and then you can always add on. That's a very good way to be smarter. Look at the fundamental systems and correlations and what's called in English, like when you put things together and see how comparisons and see how they compare. Okay, that was the first point. The second point is to control yourself, because let's face it, just to blow up or react however you feel like in that exact moment, it's not necessarily always the smartest thing to do, because it might not give you the result you actually want. So why do it? So keep in control of yourself, keep your composure, because you have to think long term instead of short term what you want. That's also part of controlling yourself. You have to build your discipline, you have to focus a bit on the long term, and you can do that in many different areas. Start with an area that's a bit easier and then move up. But really, you have to learn to control yourself, because when you're flipping out about something, it looks so incompetent. It looks like you're clearly not looking at the situation properly, and you're not sound of mind. Of course, there's a few situations where it is proper to, give it your all and you just go for it in that situations, but they are very rare. And I think it's always better and smarter to strategize, or you can prepare for situations like that if you want to have something ready to say. But really control yourself, so that you do not live on short impulses and short pleasure, but build for happiness and meaningfulness in the long run. Okay, the third point is that smart people, smart women, they improve themselves. If you're stuck, I want to say you are dying. So always improve yourself. Take breaks from improving yourself as well. Enjoy what you have made, but always seek to improve yourself and enjoy it. Like, I do not understand why people want to stay still. And I honestly think it's very unnatural. And you know the feeling when you're in a rut, you feel like you're standing still and it's horrible. So smart people always improve. Think about where you want to go. Think about what kind of steps would really help you get there, what kind of skills, what kind of mindset, what kind of energy, what kind of personality, and start to develop and improve those sides of yourself and those skills. And that is just the smart way to do, because who wants to not be moving in the direction of what they want? All right? So clear with the things I'm telling today. My fourth point is to think. Think for yourself. When you're getting some information, ask yourself, who's putting out this information for me? What are their goal in putting out this information? And then really think about it. Does it fit with your morals and your values? Does it fit with the way that you have seen that the world works? Is this actually something that is true? So give yourself some time to think about it. Like, when you read, don't just read to hear, but actually take it in, listen, think about it. When you have read something, when you have heard something, give yourself a little time to digest it, think about it, maybe write down a little bit about how you think it can apply in your life. Always try to take it into the practical, but really think for yourself. Don't just believe everything and anything, you know. Always try to see if it holds up to what you have experienced in the world for yourself and what you have learned in other areas of life to be true. Okay. The fifth thing, and because I didn't put numbers on my list, it has letters, so the E thing. The fifth thing is to put numbers on your list and not letters. No. The fifth thing is to love yourself enough. Love yourself enough to be willing to do those hard things so that you can get the rewards that you want. Love yourself enough to put in the effort. Love yourself enough not to be lazy. Love yourself enough to be brave and go out and do that thing that's a little awkward when people is looking. But you know, it is the first step, or the second step, or the fifth step of the 100-step journey that you want to go on. Or maybe it's a 10-step journey. You know what I mean. Love yourself enough to stand up for yourself, to stand by yourself, to support yourself, to believe in yourself, that you can actually get what you want. And if you don't know how to do something, Google it, YouTube it. Ask the question, how do I start to learn these things? Look at people who have done it before you. You know, love yourself enough to be brave enough to start doing those things, to start learning those things. My sixth point is to look after your health. And there's a really good book on this topic. It's called Spark. I always listen to this audiobook when I have been a little lazy with my workout routine, because it's so amazing. It only looked at running, and you don't even have to be running like at that high of a speed. Just jogging is fine. But exercise improves your brain and your mental capacity so much. I'm pretty sure it also improves your sleep, but it really improves your ability to think, and it kind of improves most of your body anyway. It makes you energized, it makes you fresh, it makes you live longer, it makes you less likely to get sick. So exercising and taking care of your health, really staying away from sugars as well, it's so important for your brain and for your ability to be a smart person. And you probably know that if you have had a period where you were not your best, you're not eating right, you didn't have the energy, it's all connected. This is one of the fundamental systems of the body. It needs exercise to be pumping, to be fresh. It needs good food to build itself up. So all these things are quite important when you are wanting to be smarter. Okay, what are we at now? The seventh point I call see for yourself, analyze the real world. So, in the society we have today, there is a lot of should. There's a lot of the world should be like this. Society should be like this. Should. And let's just act as if the world were the way we thought it should be. But look for yourself, look in the real world. Is it really true? And what is the smartest thing to do? Is it the smartest thing to try to keep talking about the world as it should be and try to force it? Or is it smarter to look at the world as it really is and then make a game plan, a strategy that works with the world for what it really is? Like, what do you think will give you results in the real world, right? So analyze the world yourself, look in the real world, look at the result, look at, if you're listening to people talking about something, did they get the result that they are talking about, that they are promising themselves? Did they use the same method? Like, do they preach what they practice instead of, the other way around? And yeah, just take a real look at the world. Is it really true that the world is so bad in this and this way? Or is it really true that the world is so innocent in this and this ways? And, start learning about it. Like, something I had to learn about was, of course, feminine energy, my femininity. It was a journey. I think I started like 2017, 5 years ago. And what I'm telling you, it's something that I'm using myself all the time, every day. It's something I have tested on myself. And there's also, like, for example, about men, how men think, how they work, how they are in dating as other human beings. Like, that was something that I had to learn, because men and women are different. Another thing where you have to look at the real world instead of what you're told that the world should be. So just see for yourself, use your own eyes, use your own brain, and look at the world, analyze the world for yourself. The next point is to listen. Listen. What's they say? You got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So remember to just listen, learn. I will admit I rarely listen to music because I'm always interested in learning something. And this is one of my more masculine energy sides, that I love to be analytical and strategical, but I think it's so beneficial. And it's one of the way where the masculine energy supports my feminine energy. But really listen to people, listen to what they tell you, listen to what they do, listen to how they treat you, listen to how they treat themselves. And also remember to listen to your own thoughts and realize that sometimes a thought in your head, it's not necessarily your own thought, so don't blame yourself too much for that. If it's a mean one, it can be external. Now, it might seem a little bit woo-woo, but I thought about this, and it's a smarter way to, I think it's an easier way to push away negative thoughts if you don't consider them part of your own thoughts, but something which have come in externally. Another thing why I have that perspective. But yeah, listen, be observing, and be understanding. Sometimes, for example, men, this is a channel for women, so sometimes men, they will do something where you as a woman don't understand why they're doing it like that, because you would have done it another way. But maybe they are being a bit short because they are stressed out, or maybe they are doing things in another way because they have another plan afterwards. So for them it was the best succession order of doing things to do it that way. But listen a bit more, and don't be so fast to draw conclusion, but try to listen to others, to yourself, to the world around you. The second last one, it's a goodie. It is to take responsibility. 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 Delicious. And to take responsibility, you have to learn, what do I have control over? What do I not have control over? And give yourself the agency, lovely word as well. Agency, it means that you have the power, you have the action initiative, you are not the victim, you can take responsibility for so many areas of your life. Some very successful people even think that you should take responsibility for 100% of things in your life. I think maybe there are some natural disasters which, should not be on your shoulders, but try to take responsibility for as much as possible. And I know if it's a bit of a shitty situation that you're in, that it can be a bit hard, you will feel a bit bad about it, but look in the power of you having responsibility. You are the one who can make things change, and that is very powerful. And if you need a little help, I will suggest you make a little prayer. Somehow it really helps to have a bigger power in yourself. And I will say, and I have thought about this, that I think it's in human nature to have something to pray to idolize, to kind of like, I think it's ingrained in people to have religion. I feel like when people don't have religion, they find something else to really care about, to steal their life after. Like maybe they're vegan, maybe it's crossfitting, maybe it's MGTOW, maybe it's spirituality, So I think it's quite ingrained that you want something bigger to guide you. And I think that thousands of years of people being religious, maybe there is some knowledge in there that we shouldn't underestimate. I don't think people were that much dumber than us before time. That's a bit arrogant. But yeah, back to it. Take responsibility. Ask for help when you need it. It's part of responsibility as well, Okay, and then the very last one is to learn. Learn. Build your brain. It's good. So remember to learn new stuff. It's amazing. You learn new stuff. Life gets easier because you learn something that made your life easier. Never stop learning. And there are so many people out there who are great sources for many things that they talk about. YouTube, it's amazing. Like now I don't even Google stuff anymore. I just go on YouTube, I put it in, and I get a video that explains to me how to do it. I can see it. It's delicious. My life is easier. So remember to always be learning. There's so many great ways to learn. And yeah, those are my points for being smarter, for being a more intelligent woman. And I'll just say them again. So it's looking for systems, control yourself. Looking for systems, the fundamental. Control yourself, improve, think, love yourself enough, care about your health, see for yourself, and analyze the real world. Listen, take responsibility, and keep learning. Those are my 10 tips. We got up to J. Those are my J tips on how to be a smarter person, how to be a smarter woman. And it's not just difficult. Not just that difficult. Blah, blah, blah. If I could only talk, so smart, I can even talk. I would say, ich kann auch gut Deutsch sprechen. So yeah, I got more languages, so I can be excused. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to contact me, you can do that on Instagram. I would love to help you out with any femininity related questions. And please leave a comment down below what you thought of this video, if there's any of these things that you hadn't thought about before, or if you think there's anything that I've missed that might possibly be something that I've missed. I would love to hear it. Then we can all get smarter in the comment sections below. Remember to like and subscribe if you actually liked it, and if you want to see more. So now I'll just say bye bye.